Hello, this is John Sims with the Avaya Serviceability Engineering team. This video will cover the restore procedure of a B5800 Branch Gateway device configuration from Avaya Aura System Manager. First, a few notables about restore procedure on B5800 Branch Gateway through System Manager. System Manager has the ability to initiate a restore of a previous archive backup of the device configuration of a B5800 system. A B5800 Gateway device configuration contains both the system configuration data and the user data, but keep in mind it does not include security data. Restore options range on System Manager from a local cache copy of the device config and user config, or a combination of both, to a full on-device restore that's actually handled on the B5800 itself. The B5800 Branch Gateway stores one only copy of the backup file at any given point of time on the local storage or secure digital card of the B5800 device. And as I'll point out, B5800 synchronization is required for the System Manager initiated restore procedure to execute. So we're starting off on the System Manager landing page, and I'm going to first head to the inventory element. And under the inventory subpages, I want to head to Synchronization B5800 Branch Gateway. Now I'm going to choose the SIMS B5800 Branch Gateway, and you see the last thing that's occurred on this device has been a backup that occurred at that time. So what I'm going to do is just quickly test synchronization. Instead of scheduling, I'll run now, and you'll see that I'll refresh it several times to see its status. Now the status of this, it occurs very quickly. So I'm a little bit impatient. I keep hitting refresh, and you see that it synchronize is starting, and then if I hit refresh again, we see that it's completed. So I know that we have synchronization. That status at the top of this page is just saying that it was sent to the scheduler application to run. So we're all set up with synchronization between System Manager and the B5800 to start our restore. Now you see I've launched System Monitor, and just to point out, if you ever need to trace the restore procedure from the B5800 side, head to Filters, Trace Options, Services tab, and then make sure you have HTTP selected as a logging event, because all of the transactions between System Manager and the B5800 are through the web services on the B5800. We also think it's a good idea to select memory card commands. So you see I'm back on the landing page of System Manager 6.2, and it's time to head to the B5800 Branch Gateway elements. And I'm actually going to pull a configuration. So I go to System Configuration and select the B5800 of choice, and then I'll select Edit on that configuration. I actually want to spoil the configuration in some way, so then when we restore, we see that the restore is actually successful in a configuration example. So you see how it's launching my B5800 Manager client, and I'm letting that run real time. And I'm going to head to the Automatic Route Selection, or ARS, part of the tree, and I'm going to remove all of our current routes where we're matching on dial codes. So I'll remove all those and click OK. And you see at the top of the manager, I'm going to select File, Save Configuration, and Exit. And then it's going to tell us that a merge is required. It's going to prompt us back to System Manager where we can schedule this change or commit immediately. And I'll go ahead and select Commit. So you see how we've made a change, and the status will tell you that that's been sent to the scheduler as well. We've made a change in the current configuration of the SIMS B5800 device. Now I'm going to go back in under View mode, which is our read-only mode, just to double check on my fine work of poisoning this configuration. So again, I'm letting it run real time. It's launching my local copy of my IP Office Manager, and it's pulling up the configuration. And in the device tree, once again, when this fully loads, I'm going to select the ARS. And under ARS, you see that we have no routes anymore. So now that I've successfully ruined a configuration, it's time to restore from a previous backup copy. So again, from the landing page, I'm going to head to the B5800 Branch Gateway elements, and I'm going to go to the Backup and Restore subpage. And then you're greeted with a device list. So I'm going to select the SIMS B5800. You see the last operation was a edit configuration which was completed, and you see the timestamp. So it's time to initiate our restore. I'm going to select this device in the list and click the restore button. Now you see we have some options here. First, you verify that it is the device in question that you want, device name, IP address, the system type, and version. Then we have several options: system configuration, user, and system configuration and user. Those are all going to restore from cache copies on the system manager itself. In this demonstration, I'm going to choose the last option, which is restore backup stored on devices. So that is actually going to initiate a secure digital card procedure on the B5800 to replace the primary folder with the backup folder, and I'll show you that in embedded file management. Now we have the option to schedule this in case we want to schedule for the wee hours of the morning, because a reboot would be required from a full restore. But I'm going to run now for the purposes of our demonstration, so I'll click on the Now button. And once this starts, if I hit refresh, you'll see that the restore has started. And you also get a status message at the top saying that it's been sent to the scheduler. So like always, if we go to Home and go into the scheduler, we could always search on this to make sure it was sent successfully. And we highlight that and say that it's successful. But what it's doing in this case is just sending a quick job to the B5800 itself. So we would have to select the device and use the status button right there in case we wanted to pull the device for status operation. So I'm going to click status and get an updated status from the B5800 device. And it's reporting back that the restore is complete. So I'll head to system configuration once again, select the B5800 of choice, and I'll go into view mode, which is again read-only mode, just to look at the configuration. So let's see if our restore was in fact successful. So once it's pulled to configuration, I'll head to ARS, and there are all of our codes back again, matching on our dial codes and number pattern matches to send out the various trunks. So our restore was successful. I'll hit exit. And now it's time to look at the file management side to just show you what actually happened on this restore case. So I'll head to Embedded File Management. I've relaxed the System Manager control of the B5800 in the security config. So you see I'm pulling up the Embedded File Management side into Manager, and there it is, where we see the file system of the SD card. I just want to point out that what happened in this case is we have both a backup folder and a primary folder. And in this case, the backup folder was copied in its entirety to the primary folder. Then the system was rebooted, therefore restoring completely the system. So this completes the demonstration of initiating a B5800 Branch Gateway system restore from the Avaya Aura System Manager. Thank you for your time today. We welcome comments, questions, and feedback at mentor@avaya.com or on Twitter at AvayaMentor. For more details or related information, please visit support.avaya.com. Thank you for choosing Avaya.